Good morning, students. Today we will see about a new topic in general medicines of GI conditions. It is known as gastric dysentery. So, according to the WHO guidelines, dysentery is known as diarrhea presenting with loose, frequent stools containing blood. Okay, so it is considered as an inflammatory conditions of intestine, especially of the colon, and that may be caused by chemical irritants, bacteria, protozoa, and parasites. It is characterized by frequent and bloody stools, abdominal pain, and tenesmus. Etiological agents or causating bacteria will be Shigella dysentery, Shigella flexneri, and Shigella sonnei. These are the basic bacteria which are affecting the colon and producing the dysentery. So the what are the bacteria is either is going through the mouth, factor is contamination of the food and water with fecal material, or direct transmission via the oral fecal route or by the vectors. Mostly is easily infected to the children and food providers. Prevalence it is spread worldwide and it affect mostly in the highly crowded population or where the unstructured sanitation is there common cause of this infection, and mostly it is seen inside the children and older adults. Window period of this organism is mostly 1 to 4 days and very short time, but period of infected is from the first exposure until the no more bacteria of Shigella detected inside the stool. Sign of diarrhea is the active time to be infected of this kind of organisms, and pathophysiology will continue with the contamination of the food along with water, and bacteria Shigella enter inside the gut either or oral route and growth in the small intestine and spread to the colon and inflame the epithelial mucosal cell and produce or secrete toxin. Break through the colon wall and necrosis the epithelial cell causes hemorrhage and more mucus purulent at the epithelial surface, and end of the disease progress and producing the ulcer inside the colons. The onset will be sudden, and along with that patient will have headache, malaise, anorectic and mild fever, abdominal discomfort and more severe pain and cramp, and at last colic pain 4 to 5 times along with the diarrhea in the first days infected, and frequency of the diarrhea keep on increasing as the days progress. It will be mostly seen with the watery kind of stools, brownish yellow in color, and less stool but more of the mucus and blood will be there inside the fecal material. Diarrhea will continue in the period of time and it may reach up to 1 to 50 times of loose motion in a day, and tenesmus will also be seen. So tenesmus is basically a persistent spasm, internal pressure and burning sensation in the intra-abdominal and opening of the anus. After the passing of motion, ineffectual to the empty to the bowel, and common inflammatory bowel disease will become irritable bowel syndrome, and you will have a severe pain after passing the stool is known as tenesmus. That may be because of the spasm of the smooth muscles. Manifestations will include about a tenderness of abdomen, convulsion, lethargy, dehydration, dryness of mouth, tongue, skin, and shrunken eyes. Rectal prolapse may be chances in case of a prolonged of tenesmus. And if you have a diarrhea along with that, then you will look generalized condition will be lethargic, restlessness, irritable and unconscious, able to drink, pinch to the skin, and you have to go for investigation, and swab from the rectum will be taken for the culture to find out the causative organism. Along with that, differential diagnosis will include about amoebiasis, ulcerative colitis, ischemic colitis, diverticularis, and carcinoma of colon. Complication will include about intestinal hemorrhage, perforation, peritonitis, and prolapse rectum, and dehydration to the children. Treatment, it will be differ from the severity to severity, but majority of treatment will include about supportive management as well as uh, defensive management. Admitted for barrier nursing and complete rest, soft diet and fluid diet should be used, less fiber to reduce the burden over the intestine function. Encourage to increase the more fluid and intravenous infusion to control the electrolyte imbalance caused in the body because of such kind of symptoms. Medication and ORS will be the prime treatment. Antibiotic will include about ampicillin in adult 500 milligram 4 times in a day up to 5 to 7 days, and in case of children 125 milligram, or in case of a syrup or liquid 5 ml 4 times in a day for 5 to 7 days. Along with that, cotrimoxazole and metronidazole and cephalosporin, cefaxilin and cephadromandole will be the choice of the drugs will be used for the antibiotic. Other symptomatic treatment will be given according to the symptoms. Next part will include about the health education, which is a major part in the treatment of this gastric dysentery, because mostly the root is orophycal as well as the water and unhygienic food will improving will worsening the conditions. Health education will include about number 1 personal hygiene, number 2 environmental hygiene, number 3 is good sanitation, number 4 is food handling care, and number 5 is cooking system. So depend on that, we will see each one in detail. So personal hygiene, so we will have to take all kind of hygiene mostly after the using the washroom and all kind of before the food habit. Personal hygiene will include about maintaining your personal hygiene, especially the oral hygiene. Environmental hygiene means wherever you are living and what kind of food and drinks you are using for your daily purpose, that should be maintained. Sanitations around the home and purified water should be used for all kind of uses including cooking and everything. Food handling care, that food should be handled in a fair manner, so it should be sterilized one and no open or vendors food should be used to avoid such kind of problems. And complete cooking, pure and boiled cooking should be used rather than the half cooking material, and open material may have more chances to develop this kind of dysentery. Early treatment is important to prevent the complications and save life, as common mortality rates are high in the children as well as in elderly population. It affects the less body immune responses and less nutrition of the food, and ultimately affecting the complete systems of the GIT, and mortality rate may rise up to 1 to 2% to 5% in case of immunocompromised diseases. So this is how we have learned in the topic uh, gastric dysentery and how it is differ from the along with the diarrhea. This is how we conclude to the topic gastric dysentery. Thank you.